Nadia. I go by Nadia the Creator, and welcome to the Creative Files. How are you guys doing today? Today's video is going to be my fall sewing wish list, sewing my dream fall wardrobe, sewing my Pinterest board. We're going to get into it. You guys should be getting this right before the official start of fall because we have some sewing to do. So if you guys are interested in the sewing dreams, the goals and the fantasies, then stay tuned. Also, let me know what you guys think about the backdrop. It is a work in progress. I get really good light in my room, and I have a few corners that I can film in. So we're gonna be testing this out for a few videos and see how it flows. My studio is still very much in progress. It is in transition progress. So we won't be filming in there for quite a while. But I want to know what you guys think about filming setup. Is all of this distracting? Are you interested? It will change. Things will be shifted and moved around. But that's not important. That's not why you guys are here. You're not here for the home decor yet because needs to come. So my fall wardrobe, I'm so excited. I have been extremely ambitious. I have been pinning and saving stuff. I have been going through my personal stash of patterns. I have been looking at more patterns. I have been sketching some things, going through Pinterest and Instagram and just collecting inspiration, things that I have saved from like as recently and things that I've saved like months ago or years ago that I definitely want to incorporate into my style. My fall style has shifted over the past 3 years. I've seen it. It is dynamic. It's layered. It's textured. It's swaggy. It's streetwear. And I just want to lean into that even the more, but also still bring those elements of a little cottagecore, maybe not so much bohemian, the black girl, the brown girl aesthetic, but definitely a little cottagecore meets slight vintage, sprinkles of some vintage nature. But let me stop yapping and let me get into it. So I'm pulling up my tablet here. So this is my board. I have been using Milanote. This is not sponsored, but one day maybe. I don't know. But I've been using Milanote because I really do like this board. I was first introduced to this years ago. Now what just happened? Okay. I was introduced to this years ago when I worked with a photographer to do a brand photo shoot, and then I did some video with her, and we collaborated through Milanote to share my ideas and inspirations. So starting off the bat, as you guys know, I have plenty of fabric. I have so much fabric. I never need to buy fabric again. That's being over dramatic, but I have plenty of fabric. And so I want to use and maximize all of the fabric. I held on to the fabric that I really liked and was really excited to use. And so that fabric made it into my home. I do have another bin or two of fabric in storage, and I also have all of my denim pieces, my denim stuff in storage that I want to get. But I have so much fabric from Miss Hattie, and my my pastor. He also sews. He sewed at one point in time, and so when he was moving, he gave me a bunch of fabric, and then one of the mothers at my church gave me a bunch of fabric when I got my studio. So I got fabric, okay, and I love most of the fabric I have. So I don't need no fabric. What I do need is a notions haul. Y'all pray for me that things happen. I can go on a notion shopping spree. So we're gonna start off. I'm zooming right on in here. We're gonna start off with the dresses. I love a good dress in the fall. A good dress in the fall is the type of item that is perfect for layering. When the weather is nice, When the weather is like in the 70s to the high 60s, you can wear the dress on its own. When it starts to dip, you can layer, you can throw a jacket over it, throw a shirt under it, throw a pair of pants under it, and a blazer on top. I love a dress. And so I have some dresses in mind that is inspired by this. First one is inspired by this red dress that I got from Target years ago, and it is like this, that cottage core puff sleeve tier type of dress. And I have this beautiful daisy, this mini daisy printed cotton. Again, I don't know what type of cotton, but it seems like a type of cotton, and I have about 4 yards of it, plenty enough to make a beautiful, beautiful dress. I'm super excited. It looks breathable, but also sturdy enough. The color choice, the color scheme is perfect. It's this beautiful, buttery, pumpkiny brown. I'm so excited. The mini daisies on it is cute and sweet, and I think it's gonna look perfect as a tier dress to be layered under and over so many different things, worn in so many different ways. I really do love that style of dress that I got from Target, and it's the only one of its kind in my wardrobe. So I really would like to do something I haven't done in a while and literally mimic, like copy the cut and style of it, like make a pattern from it. So I will be doing that. Next, I have been loving the idea of a pinafore. Okay. So I have been loving the idea of a pinafore. Like, idea of a pinafore, like cottagecore meets Studio Ghibli. I want a pinafore like Kiki. I love the idea of a pinafore, and I love the idea of a pinafore for two different reasons. One of them being like almost as like an apron, to an actual apron. So I have one here from Paper Theory, their way pinafore, which is like an can be worn as like an apron to use in my studio and painting, but also in a very dope streetwear in a very heavy, tough material such as denim or broadcloth, but also something sweet and darling that has a little bit of a flare skirt. And so this pinafore from, I can't remember the brand, but I will leave it listed on the screen. And so like that schoolgirl type of pinafore. I have this pinafore tags that is a pattern. I love the shape of it. I just don't like the back. So if I'm going to get this pinafore and I'm going to modify it where the back actually close up, because I like the shape of it, but I don't want it to be like an apron. I want it to be like a solid dress that's like a pinafore. And I have this beautiful checked like grid fabric. I have about 5 yards of it. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a poly blend, because I did like a little burn test, and some of it was like ashed away and some of it did kind of like ball up and melt kind of hard. So it is probably a poly blend, but it has this beautiful brown and red and this light tan color scheme, and it's like sheen to it. And I think it'll be just absolutely darling as like a flared twirly midi length petticoat that can be worn over other dresses. It can be worn on over pants. Darling. Okay, so oh no. Yes, turn on. Okay, my screen's going dark. Okay, because we're on life support. Oh, okay, so I'm trying to save the screen. So next we're gonna move over to pants. And I have I have a very ambitious sewing list, and I need to get started. And I also need to find a way to cut out all my fabric because I don't have the space to cut it on. But that's a problem for future Nadia, okay? So I'm gonna move on to like jumpsuits. So I've always wanted to make me a pair of overalls. I only own one overall in my whole life, and it is this black pair of overalls from Torrid that I've had for years, that I'm definitely going to be painting and just getting all messy and grungy, because She is tired and worn, and she needs to be revitalized because the quality is very, very good. It's just the wear of her, So I want to make me a pair of overalls, and I am very ambitious. I will leave all of the pattern names on the screen because I can't remember them off back. But I am inspired by these overalls from Yak and Lucy and Yak. These corduroy overalls, I absolutely love them. And then again, from Hattie, I believe this is from Hattie, or no, this is probably from Mother Linda. This beautiful daisy mini print that is a corduroy. It is that yummy sweet potato pumpkin, nah, not pumpkin, sweet potato browns with these black mini daisy prints all over it in this mid-weight corduroy. I think I have about 4 yards. I don't know if that's going to be enough. It may be a stretch to get the corduroys, but I do have this pattern here in mind, and the pattern calls for about 4-ish yards, so I have about 4-ish yards. So we're going to see. We're going to hope and pray. Moving on. This has been on my wish list for quite a while. OG stylers will remember when I thrifted these vintage bed sheets. I got these when I was still living in my grandmother's house. I was thrifting out in the streets. I was buying a bunch of stuff for my pop-up, for my shop, for like a vendor. I was doing a vendor pop-up, and I wanted to get some new material to make some new bags and everything. And I found these 90s, not inspired, these 90s vintage sheets. I found the full complete set. The fitted skirts, the fitted sheet, the top sheet, and 2 pillowcases. And that gives me more than enough. And I really want to finally make the boiler suit of my dreams. I think this would be so fun and funky. This has been on my wish list for a very, very long time. I just haven't got around to it because I really was worried about cutting into this fabric and not being sure about the measurements and wasting the fabric, because it is a beautiful vintage 100% cotton fabric, and I don't want to waste it. But I have this what am I trying to say? This boiler pattern from McCall's. I already have it. I have it purchased. And then I have another one here from, I think this is Friday patterns that I also already have. And so it's going to see, I'm going to try to see which one I can get the most pattern, like, because I don't know how much fabric I actually have. So I have to get everything cut and laid out. The patterns cut and laid out on the fabric to see which one I can actually use, because I don't know how much fabric I got, if that made any sense. Moving on. We get into pants. Another something that has been on my wish list for a very, very long time. And those are some cargo pants. I have 2 patterns from Simplicity. One may be from McCall and one may be from Simplicity. And I don't know why I don't have them here on my board, but I have these 2 cargo pants that I really, really love. And I've always wanted, I see people in these with these camo cargo pants. They're so tough. They're so badass. And if I ever need to be in a post-apocalyptic society militia, I will be prepared with my camo cargo pants. I would be prepared. I would. I have everything I need in the pockets. I would be decked out. I would have my Doc Martens. I'll be good and be ready to go. And so I have about 5 yards of this broadcloth, light. I want to say it's like almost like a lightweight denim, but it's more of a broadcloth, cotton of this camo, and I'm super excited about it. Oh, I'm super excited to get into that. That one was a gift from my pastor. Thank you, pastor. Moving over into the skirts. I have quite a bit of skirts. I have that schoolgirl, almost cottage core schoolgirl look, that academic look. That's the other aesthetic. Streetwear, cottagecore, academic, that dark academic. And I have some beautiful fabric, a mystery fabric. Again, I don't know what it is, but it's going to make an absolute beautiful pleated midi skirt. Now, when I say mini, I mean mini for me. So it might be a little long for some people, but this also will be a good layering piece because I can definitely wear it over a pair of pants. But I do love these mini skirts, and I have some also plaid fabric. It's a little heavy, a little weight. It's like something that's probably for winter that I definitely will be making a plaid skirt out of. But I absolutely love the idea of a pleated mini skirt. And then I have a few midi ones on here out of a heavier material, though that is something I would like to get to. If I don't get to it, I could do it for the winter, or I could do it whenever, and it'll just be something. Next, I have this beautiful dark gingham, red gingham. Now, I already have a pink gingham, a brown gingham, I have blue gingham, and I have a brighter red gingham that is very lightweight. This one is a little mid heavier than the red gingham that I have, that I'm making a cute little dress out of, that is going to be perfect for like apple picking. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to do any apple picking, but if I get to go to an orchard and apple picking, this is the dress I would make. That was the dress I would wear. But I have this beautiful red gingham that I always wanted like a gingham skirt, and I have been seeing what I called a drop waist skirt, but the internet has informed me that it is called a yoke skirt. It is where like the waistband or like the yoke on the back of like on a shirt or a jacket is wide and it drops and there's a gather to it, and it creates this beautiful silhouette. I would absolutely love to create me one of these, and I found a pattern or two from Fold Line, where Fold, if you don't know what the Fold Line is, it is a huge directory or a resource for all type of pattern pieces. They have the big four, big five, and then they have a bunch of independent, smaller, international patterns available. You can go in, you can search by actual garment, actual style, and find you some patterns. It is a great resource, and I do absolutely love going there to look for patterns and something that I see in my mind that I'm like, is there a pattern for this, before I try to draft it myself. And so after some searching, I found a pattern that comes in my size that seems to be suitable for the style of skirt that I'm looking for. And I'm super excited. All right, let's go into blazers, guys. Oh my God. I love a good blazer. And I have this neutral, I've been on the hunt for a neutral tone blazer, okay? And I was trying to find one thrifted because I found two of my oversized man's blazer, my black one and my dark navy one, thrifted. But I have not yet to find it. But I've had this mystery fabric that a tribe sister gave me. Was this post COVID or during COVID? During the lockdown. She was one of my models from when I did my head wrap collection, when the creation first dropped. And she gave me some different fabric, and this was a monget, and it's about 5.5 yards of this mid-weight cotton blend fabric that is going to be a perfect suiting material. And I want to say it's almost 6 yards, but because I know I always had a plan to do like a matching suit, like a blazer and a pant. But I'm definitely going to be making me an oversized blazer. I have this blazer here from Simplicity, and I'm super excited. And then I went in and added how I cannot wait to deck out this blazer and all my other blazers with a bunch of brooches and pins. That is a very popular trend now. Something, if you've paid attention, I have been doing for a while. with just a few on my lapel, but now it is trendy to put them either all on one side or all over, and I'm all over that. I love that. The maximalist in me is like, yes, more, more. So while we're over here, we're gonna get in tops. Oh, I missed the skirts. We're gonna come back to skirts. We're into tops, and when I say a little vintage, that little cottage core, I really want to make me a pair of stays. Now, I'm not trying to go for historical accuracy. I don't have the skill sets, the setup, or the willpower to create me some historically accurate stays. So I'm going to be taking the costume route, but keep it very wearable. And I'm going to be using this costume pattern from Simplicity to make me a beautiful pair of stays for the fall. I wanted to use this pattern in the spring, but I didn't get to because things was happening. But this is one of the first things I'm going to start on because I am super excited about it, and I feel that I can achieve the look that I want after creating my underbust corset that I wore to the Tana Adele concerts. The construction of that really made me proud. I so very excited, and I really want to get into doing more boning and lacing, and this is me teaching myself about corsetry, and so I'm slowly getting to that. And that the next project is this stays, and then one day I can actually make an actual corset. Super excited. But I have this, again, beautiful, I don't remember who gave me this fabric, this beautiful light tan cotton material that has these beautiful dark orange like flowers. They're not daisy, but they're actually colored in, because the other daisy flowers were just black silhouettes. These are actually brown with the white, and they have the orange and then the white ones, and then they have the green stems and leaves. It is absolutely beautiful. I only have 2 yards, maybe 2.5 yards of it, so I don't have a lot, so it's going to be perfect for the corset. The corset pattern only calls for like 1.5 yards or 1.25 yards, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I am well thought out, well methodical. I will be making a mock-up so that I don't waste this fabric, and I can make me a beautiful pair of stays. I already have a lining fabric for it that matches the orange flowers, and I'm super excited. Next up, I have a bunch of shirts here that I couldn't find patterns for, and I'm going to be like mimicking and mimicking, self-drafting and copying some of my actual garment pieces. I have this beautiful gold faux velvet that I purchased for my online shop years ago and never got to use. So it's going to be the perfect little crop mock neck top. Super excited about that. I have some leather that I believe came from my pastor. I have some faux leather that's got this great stretch to it, and that is going to be a cute look. Actually, no, I'm lying. This is some satin, some stretch satin. I don't know if it's not a satin chamoose. I don't know what kind of satin it is. It's a little heavier weight, but it has a nice stretch to it, and that's going to be another cute little mock crop top. Mock neck crop top. I just need some good basics. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing some simple basics, and that's some simple tops and stuff in my wardrobe. Moving on, I have this beautiful, oh my God, it's beautiful. And I have about 2 yards of it, of this. It's not black, it's a blue houndstooth tweed type of fabric. I may be getting that fabric wrong, but I do want to make me like a classic style, that schoolgirl academic type of sweater vest with the white piping and the white border. And then I have some red like crepe that I received from somewhere that I also want to make me into like a classic sweater vest. I'm so excited. I have so my sewing plans are ambitious. Again, I don't know how, because I don't have room, I have nowhere to cut any of this, but we're gonna get it done. And then using the same pattern that I use for my underbust corset, which is the Know Me, I can't remember the numbers, I will list it here, sewing pattern to make me another bustier. I really do like that pattern. I've used it 4 times now, but I'm going to be drafting, I'm going to copy it and draft 2 sets of it. I'm going to draft the actual underbust corset that I can use, because there's some modifications I want to make to the one that I made. So in the future, if I make it again, I want to have a separate pattern than from the actual pattern. And then I want to make me one that has this great little V situation here. And I'm going to make this out of the leather, and then some faux suede that I got from Mood way back in the day that I made me a pinafore out of that I really didn't like after the fact. And I have this beautiful faux suede. So I have this beautiful brown, that pumpkin-y, sweet potato brown that I want to make me in this beautiful faux leather that has a great stretch. And I think there's going to be some great actually boned bustiers. And I may even do some lacing again. I don't know. The lace, I'm into the lacing. So back down, because I forgot some skirts. I have this beautiful custom purple denim that came from my pastor, and it's about through 2.5 to 3 yards, so it's not a lot, but I would love to make a little denim wrap skirt like this one here. That would be a fun layering piece that can go over another dress, over a pair of pants and a shirt. I absolutely love that. And then this one I'm really, really excited about. I have a bunch of head wraps. And if you guys have been following me for a while, I have been wearing head wraps for a very, very long time. Since 2012, 2013. And I most of them I purchased and made myself. Most of them I made myself. Like I went to the fabric store, or I went to the African fabric store, and I got some Akana cotton fabric and got 2 yards of it, cut it in half, made it myself, and gave whomever else the other half. Oh, I wonder if I got some more of this in storage. I guess I'll find that out this weekend. But anywho, I was watching your homegirl Natalie. I love her content. And she made this pleated mini wrap skirt out of some silk scarves. Okay. And she said she was inspired by this designer. I will list her here on Instagram. And when I seen her skirt, I was like, that is super, super cute. I want to make one. And so I went to my fabric stash and started pulling out fabric, because I was like, oh, I could make me like a little silky one out of some fabric for like a fall. But then something hit me. The spirit of inspiration hit me. Holy Spirit hit me. And I was like, why not use my old headscarves that I'm really not using anymore, that I don't know what I want to do with, because I don't want to like cut them up and make them something else. I kind of want to keep them intact because they're like, I'm drawn to them for nostalgia reasons. Like I have so many pictures and photos of me wearing them, and I kind of just don't want to cut them up. I kind of want to keep them intact for like sentimental reasons, but I still don't want them to just be sitting around taking up space. I kind of want them to have a function to them. And so I'm going to use them to make me one of these pleated skirts. And I'm super excited about it. I've already laid them out and found the color pairing that I like. And I've literally already started pleating them. And so I started pleating them. I just got to get through to press them to make them all nice and flat, because I like how the pleats go all the way to the end. Get some bias tape. You guys will be seeing that DIY soon. That will be on Shorts and over on my Instagram and TikTok. Okay, we're moving right along because this video is getting long. So, lastly, of the few garments, I really would like to make a denim vest. Vest is something I would like to start adding into my wardrobe. Not just a sweater vest, but like an actual fitted or a fitted vest, like a waistcoat, and then also some over, like some slightly baggy ones that can be, that both would be great for layering. Like the idea of a vest, I want it. And so I've been really inspired by these denim vests that I've seen over on Pinterest, and Eloquy has a denim vest that I really, really like. And then I found another one here from the Folded line. Really excited. I have some scrap denim, and so mine's may be more so patchwork, and I'm cool with that. I love a patchwork because I don't think I have a lot of one type of denim, so it's going to be patchwork. And I'm super, super excited. That is going to be a fun piece. That is something that is, if I get to it, it's fine. If I don't, I can make it and make it whenever, because that is something that can be worn all year round. So, lastly, and this is something that I really hope I get to this year, and it's hopefully be very, very easy, is making me something out of this this granny square blanket that I have. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was my grandma's. I don't know if it came from Hattie. I don't know where it came from. But it's these large granny squares in this blue color scheme. Blue being my favorite color. I don't have enough of it in my wardrobe, and that is ending. I'm changing that this year. And so I would really, really love, it's my sister, I would really, really love to make me either like an oversized chunky sweater, or to even simplify it and make me like a little cute crop top, tube top corset type thing. Really cute, really simple. That should be fun. Lastly, creative ones, get into the accessories. I have so many plans. I already have some DIYs in progress, in action, with some bedazzled junk type of fitted hats that just, some hats that I have, some snapbacks that just needed some makeovers, to add some razzle, some dazzle to elevate them for when I wear them, so they're more elevated. And then, like I said, I mentioned the ideal of blazers and how people are adding so much personalization to their blazer and their clothing, and I'm all for that. And then ties are making a comeback, and I'm so very excited, because if ties are making a comeback, that means bows and jabats are soon on their way. And I don't know if you guys remember, I used to wear this kente cloth jabat. I'm gonna try to find a photo of it, and I love the look of that, or like a scarf. And then they have the jewelry, and then they have like these little tie clips and embellishments here. And then, like, this is so cute. That's so cute. It's dainty, it's girly, but it's also sophisticated. Like, it's really, really cute. And then I had this idea while I was out at the conference last month, and I don't know where it came from, and I had to immediately go to Pinterest to see if it existed, and it did. And so I have these vintage measuring tapes that are not plastic, that kind of cloth. And I would love to make me some bracelets. I don't know about a watch, because I really don't wear a watch, but maybe just for like arm candy. But definitely a bracelet. Just the little quirkiness. Let people know that she sews, or she sews. And then I seen these while I was looking for the measuring tape ones. I seen these that are made out of zippers. That's cool. That's edgy. Now I don't know about that, because the little hairs on my arm may get caught up into the teeth and I may get irritated, but this was cute. So yeah, creative ones, that is it. That is, hold on, I'm trying to stop. Thank you. That is all my beautiful creative ones. That is my full fall 2025 sewing wish list. It is extremely ambitious. So many pieces. I don't know when I'm gonna have time. And then I have things that I just want to work on the side that I didn't even get to show you. But I really would have liked to get a lot of those pieces done. A lot of those pieces have been on my wish list, and on a list have been on my wish list, and just been things that I've been wanting to make for years. There is something flying around my room and I want to throw hands. I've been wanting to make for years and I'm hoping that I get it done. And like I said, y'all pray for me because I don't know. I am working on a fold up table to sew on, okay? I don't have the space I don't have a table or surface to cut out my fabric on, and I cannot physically get on the floor. I can't go into goblin mode like some of the best of them and cut my fabric out on the floor. That I have limitations now that I can't do that, and so I have to really think about how I'm going to cut out all of this fabric with my pattern pieces. So that is going to be a task and a goal for me. But I wanted to come in here and share with you guys my fall sewing wish list. And I want to ask, what is some pieces that you are excited to wear and make this fall? What is something that's on your wish list that you have had an eye on, that's been sitting in a cart, an online cart, or on your Pinterest that you have been interested in making? I really would love to know. Tell me down below in the comments. And with that being said, I'm gonna get going because I got some sewing to do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Know that I love you. Stay safe, stay sane. Until next time, creative ones. Bye. All right, let's make some